In this video, we are going to continue looking at the pen tool. Okay, so let's go over to the pen tool. And before we start drawing with the pen tool, let's go up here and change our fill to none. Okay, so right now it's white. Let's go fill it to none. And next, I like to change my stroke to 2 points. All right, so when you draw with the pen tool, you click on your page and then lifting your finger off the mouse and moving your mouse over, you click again, okay? And then lifting your finger off the mouse and then moving your mouse again, you click again. And then we go back to the beginning and join the original point, okay? Then you have created a triangle. All right, so if you wanted to create a shape that was not just made out of straight lines, you would need something called a handle, right? So the handle would make the line between this anchor point and this anchor point curved. So I'm going to go over to my pen tool here, click on it, and then wait for the drop down. So at the very bottom there is anchor point tool, so I'm going to click on that. And using that, I'm just going to zoom in so you can see. There we go. And then using that, I am going to go over to one of my anchor points, the first one here. Okay, so using the anchor point tool, I'm going to click and then drag up and to the right. And now, if you can see that, this is called the handle. This line with the dot at the end of it is called the handle. And you can see that pink word pops up and it says handle. So it starts from the anchor point here where it says anchor, and then there's a line with a circle on it that's called the handle. The handle is, there's a right handle here and then a left handle here. Okay, now to kind of move this handle around, you can adjust the curvature of this curve. This curved line. All right, so I'm going to go over to my direct selection tool and kind of click on this handle only, okay, the right one only, and notice that the further away I go from my anchor point, the more curved this line is. And I can also change the direction of the curve, right? And here we go. Same as here. You can also change the direction of the curve on the left. The closer this line, the line of the handle goes towards the original anchor point, the less curved it is. Now if I move it all the way back to the anchor point, there is no longer a curve. Okay, and there's only a curve on the top here using the right anchor point. And you can end up with this shape here. All right, so let's use that and draw some more. So I would like you to draw this shape that kind of looks like an ice cream cone here with like an ice cream on top of it, ice cream scoop on top of it. Okay, and let's draw another line here to make this look more like an ice cream cone using the pen tool. Okay, using the pen tool, I'm gonna zoom in and then I'm going to start here, not on the anchor point, but a little bit away from it. And I'm going to click here and click here and click a few times. So that is 5 clicks here. All right, and then and I want this to end, so I'm just going to go back to the direct selection tool to click on it. That ends my pen tool, otherwise it will keep, I have to keep dropping anchor points. Right, so using my anchor point tool here, I can click on the anchor points and go like that to create a little bit of squiggly lines. Okay, so in my layers here, I have the cone, which is the original shape we drew, and then I have the wavy line. All right, And I'm just gonna kind of change this wavy line around. So I'm gonna move that around. And I'm gonna just change it around so the wavy line looks a bit nicer. All right, and move that closer to here. All right, so I'm gonna continue with this sort of ice cream cone, and I'm going to use my pen tool and maybe draw some lines here to make it look like a waffle cone. Every time I draw a line and I'm done with it, I'm going to select on the selection tool, so that ends it. I can select there, that ends. Then I have to go click back on the pen tool to select the pen tool again. There we go. And then if I don't click on the select tool, then this line will continue, right? Then I'll have a zigzag instead of just these straight lines. Go and continue. And then one more here. There we go. And I'm going to have them go the other way as well. There we go. And of course you can move these lines around if you're not happy with them. Okay. There we go. So I'm not happy with some of these lines, so you can move some of these lines around using the direct selection tool. Okay, so maybe you want these lines to go all the way to this side, so you can click on it, and you can click on a few at a time, so shift and then just drag that over. There we go. There you go. So create some kind of lines in your ice cream cone, and that is the exercise where you are drawing an ice cream cone with only the pen tool. Okay, so play around with that, and if you attempt to, you can attempt to color it. So when you do color it, notice that the shape that as a whole gets colored. So when I click on this here, okay, what I'm clicking on is the cone, and the entire cone will get colored. Okay, so if you make that brown, there we go. Oh, I'm going to select on the cone again. There we go, select on the cone. So the entire cone will get colored, okay, including the ice cream scoop at the top here. All right, so that is your activity 2, just to test to see whether you know how to create a curved line using the anchor point tool, using the handles. Okay, so after you're done this, you will go to File, Export, Export As, Activity 2, okay, and Export. And then you would submit this.